abiogenesis, also known as spontaneous generation, was disproven within 2 years of Darwin's publication of Origin of Species. It was disproven from several points, the origin of species, by Louis Pasteur. Abiogenesis is the foundation for evolution. We don't care what evolutionists say. They would be lying if they said it is not. Primordial soup, ring a bell? Complexity within the cell of even the simplest single-celled organism is beyond mathematical probability to have spontaneously generated from any kind of organic soup, no matter how many millions of years you give it. It is a scientific impossibility, defying the laws of probability. I had some argue the improbable universe theory through the evolutionary perspective. They're not very good gamblers. It takes a lot more faith to believe in something so improbable as to be considered impossible by science to be scientifically provable. Macroevolution, the adaptation and evolution within kinds of creatures, is obvious and observable, and is not in direct odds with biblical creation. We know that a horse and a zebra are two different species of creatures, but it is obvious that they are the same kind of creature. So when discussing kinds, define first what a kind is. Scientists cannot yet agree completely on what defines a species. Man cannot solve all the mysteries on his own planet within his own existence on this planet, let alone disprove the existence of a God. That is not scientific nor logical to conclude that science can disprove such a thing. To be able to disprove something exists, one must know everything in the universe. This is impossible. No man can know everything in the universe. Therefore, to prove something does not exist is a scientific impossibility. You're trying to prove a negative. This does not mean because there is no evidence, God does not exist. It means because you have not looked upon the evidence. In your heart, you believe there is no God. God places the evidence there for all to see. It's up to you to accept it. The very machines within every tiny little cell, within the nucleus of this cell even smaller, the chromosomes, and the code and the machines which operate them to tell our bodies what part is going to be this, what part is going to do this, and how this functions. It's too complex to come about by random chance, and is well stated by a former atheist. It is like a tornado going through a junkyard and constructing a 747. Your improbable universe theory says that can happen. Common sense says that's a false belief. And requires a great deal of faith. And those of you that say that they can prove God doesn't exist, do you know everything? Are you so arrogant to think you do? It's impossible to know everything. If I knew all the answers, I'd tell you. But that would be impossible for me to do, because I do not know everything, nor do you. If you seek Him, He will reveal Himself to you, but you have to want to believe Him. Denying Him doesn't make Him go away. So it makes you feel free from religion. But religion is man-made. We all know this. It has nothing to do with God, man's beliefs, which are often flawed. You get to thinking too highly of yourself. Go out there at night, clear night, and look up in them stars and remember just how small you really are. Peace, love, and understanding to you all, and have a good day.